Okay, good morning, everyone. My name is Marielli Carty. I am from Small Business Administration Disaster Assistance Office. So probably you have heard about SBA, but what is SBA's role in disaster recovery for federal disaster declaration specifically? Because probably you have heard about us on the pandemic or any other disaster, but I wanted to explain what specifically is our role in disaster recovery declaration. So SBA disaster loans are the primary source of federal assistance to help private property owners to pay for disaster losses that not covered by insurance or any other recovery, okay? SBA specifically offer low interest federal loans to businesses of all sizes, private nonprofit organizations, homeowners, and renters. And as you know, we work in alliance with FEMA in the disaster recovery process. So if you go to a disaster recovery center, probably you will see FEMA officers, and of course us, Small Business Administration Disaster Assistance Office. So let's start quickly to talk about two different disaster loan programs that SBA manage, okay? The first of it is business and home loans for property damage. We offer low interest direct loans to businesses, nonprofits, homeowners, and renters not covered by insurance or other recovery funds. This is very important because this assistance specifically is to repair or replace the damage caused to the property specifically, okay? In other hands, we offer economic injury loans for working capital needs. This part specifically is a low interest direct loan to small businesses and nonprofit organizations, specifically private. This economic injury is when you need to, or are you unable to meet the obligations to pay or repay any other needs that you have with your business, you can use the economic injury loan for working capital needs, okay? So when we talk about SBA disaster recovery assistance, we are talking that we have to make the recovery affordable. And when we talk about this, we are talking that SBA disaster assistance offer loan interest below the market always rates, and these low interest rates are set quarterly. This is very important to know to you, okay? We offer affordable loan terms, either 15 years or 30 years. That doesn't mean that you are obligated to pay between 15 or 30 years your loan, okay? You can make the payments as soon as you can, as soon as you want. There's no penalty to pay your loan before the term, okay? Payments are based on borrowers' ability to pay. In certain circumstances, borrowers may be able to refinance existing lines or mortgages, but it's very important to know to you that you have to speak to an SBA agent to determine if you need or if you can apply for this for an SBA loan to relocate, because in certain cases they will ask you for other criteria, okay? So you can request the assistance from us, the SBA. Okay, let's talk quickly about, okay, there we are. Okay, let's talk quickly about the SBA disaster loan limits and what specifically are the types of loans, who can request the assistance, what is the purpose, and the declarations, of course. First of all, you remember we talked about the two different loans disaster assistance that we offer. Okay, we are going to see more about this in this specifically table, okay? The first type of loan is business loans, okay? Who can apply for it? Can apply businesses and private nonprofits for it, okay? What is the purpose of this type of loan? You, as a business loan, you can request, as a business owners, you can request this specific loan for repair or replace real estate, inventory, or equipment. You can receive up to $2 million for this specific loan. The other one is for economic injury loans. Who can apply for it? Small businesses and private nonprofits. What is the purpose of this loan? It's for working capital loan. Okay, you can receive up to $2 million here. Okay, this is very important because you can see 2 million and 2 million here. That doesn't mean that you as a business owner can request up to $4 million. You can request up to $2 million between both. That means if you apply for a business loan that to repair or replace the real estate, you can apply for $1.5 million, and then for economic injury request up to $500,000. That make $2 million between both, right? Or you can request 1 and 1, or you can request 1 and 200,000. It could be that, but it could not be more than $2 million unless the business qualify as a major source of employment, and that will be determined with your SBA Disaster Assistance agent. Okay, so for home loans, so for homeowners, they can request this specific loan to repair or replace the property damage. Everything that happens to the structure, to their residence, they can request up to $200,000 to repair or replace the property damage caused by the storms or the disaster that happens. Also, the homeowners, can request disaster assistance, but for personal property, to repair and replace everything that is inside the property. For example, their clothes, their kitchen, their TV, everything, including their personal cars. Okay, they can request up to $40,000 for personal property, as well their renters. Because remember, renters doesn't own the property, right? So they cannot request disaster assistance to repair or replace the real estate. It has to be the owner of the property. So as a renter, you can request assistance for personal property. That is the reason why you are requesting, or you can request up to $40,000 to repair or replace the personal property. Okay, and another thing I wanted to talk to you is about mitigation. The good thing about mitigation is that everyone can receive or can request disaster assistance for mitigation. And what mitigation is? Mitigation is prevent the future loss of the same type. For example, if you see that if you can request disaster assistance with us to make your ceiling more stronger, or your windows, your door, your floor, whatever you need to prevent any future loss, you can request mitigation for it, and you can receive up to 20% of your verified physical damage of your original verified physical damage. That means if you receive $100,000 to repair or replace your real estate, you can receive, for example, $20,000 for mitigation, and that is very, very good, because remember, we don't want you to request disaster assistance loan every time that disaster hit us or hit you. We wanted to prevent. So that is the reason why mitigation exists, to prevent future loss. Okay? Very important here. Let's talk about the declaration. When you apply for disaster assistance, you have to know if in your area, or if your area was affected or by a storm, or if you had any flood, etc. Because here you will know if you can apply or not for a disaster assistance. So here, this declaration that the name is 17842, this specifically is because of the storms that began on last February 21st. So if you were affected by these storms, you can request disaster assistance here, okay? So let's talk about the interest rate, because the interest rate for this declaration specifically can be as low as 4% for businesses, 2.3% for private nonprofit organizations, as you can see here, 2.375 for homeowners and renters. That is very, very good, because if you try to go to a private bank to request disaster assistance, probably you will receive a very high interest rate. So this is an option. This is not, you have no obligation to request disaster assistance with us, but it's an alternative that you have if you need it, okay? Other thing that is important is the deadline to submitting your application, because the first deadline is July 20th of this year. That deadline is specifically when you are going to request physical disaster assistance, okay? And when I say physical, as I said before, is for the real estate, for the property damage, okay? In the other hand, you have until January the 3rd to request economic injury loans. So that means if you are a business or a private nonprofit organization, you can request economic injury loan assistance with us until January the 3rd next year. So you have time for it. The urgent is for the physical damage, okay? Then let's talk about loan eligibility restrictions. Here we are going to talk about the double compensation. We do not offer disaster. The double compensation is not permitted here, okay? If you receive any other disaster compensation by FEMA, Marielli County, by any other organization, we cannot offer you disaster assistance for the same. For example, if you receive $1,000 from FEMA, we cannot offer you the same amount for the same reason. For example, if FEMA gave you $1,000 for repair your personal property, to buy some clothes or towels, or to repair your car, we cannot offer $1,000 for that specifically, for the same. We can offer you more for all the other things. For example, if you receive from your county $10,000 to repair your property, but you receive an estimate from your contractor, and your contractor say to you, it will cost you $100,000 to repair the physical damage, and then you can ask us for more. Why? Because $10,000 that the county or your insurance gave to you, it doesn't represent the whole thing, right? So probably you will need more assistance for you to repair your personal or your physical damage to your property, okay? The other thing is that if you have a default on any other loan, federal loan specifically, probably your eligibility restriction will withhold your application, right? Because if you is failure to maintain or require insurance or child support, student loans, or any other federal income tax, probably this will restrict your eligibility. Also, remember always to apply on the deadlines or before it. You have 60 days from the declaration date to request assistance, and for physical damage specifically, and for economic injury, you have 9 months. Okay, so as I said before, and let's go quickly there, you have until July 20th to apply for physical damage and until January the 3rd to apply for economic injury. Okay, so loan and insurance requirements. This is very important because in order for us to work on your eligibility to receive an SBA loan, first of all, the damaged property must be in a declared area. If you live in the San Luis Obispo County, you are probably eligible because the whole county is declared as a disaster area. Okay. Credit history. You as an applicant must have a credit history acceptable. It's not that you have to have a 700 or 800 of credit history, but it must be an acceptable credit history, okay? You have to have the ability to repay the loan, of course, because still, I know it's a disaster assistance, but still a loan. So you have to have the repayment ability. And of course, you have to have a hazard insurance, because for all disaster assistance from SBA, is required to have a hazard insurance if the loan is more than $25,000. If it's $25,001, you have to have a hazard insurance. And if your property are located in a special flood area or a hazard area, you have to have a flood insurance. So it's very important for us and for you to recognize if you are located in a flood area. If that is, you have to have a flood insurance. Okay, for us, the federal role of SBA loans in long-term recovery, I mean, as you know, disaster losses are unexpected. We do not expect that a disaster happens, so we have to prevent before the disaster hit us, okay? That is the reason why mitigation exists with us, because we are trying always to provide affordable disaster assistance, of course, in the forms of loan, but it's a loan interest, a low interest loan. So it is available if you need it. It's not, you have no obligation to request assistance with us, with SBA, but if you need it, you have to know that we are here to help. And we are here if you need to repair your house, if it's not enough money that you receive from your insurance company or from the county or from the other resource that you have, Small Business Administration Disaster Assistance Office is here to help. So you have to know what are the disaster assistance available in case you need it, right? What you can do to stay connected, to see or to know what kind of disaster hit us, or what other resource that you have to request disaster assistance? Well, I invited you to subscribe to our newsletter. I invited you to follow us on Twitter, on Instagram, to email us to disastercustomerservice@sba.gov. If you have any question, you can email us, you can call us to the 1-800 number. We are 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern time, Monday through Saturday, available if you wanted us to answer any question from you, I'm sorry. And also, you remember there's a few other way to apply. First of all, I invited you to apply online through our secure Our webpage is www.sba.gov/disaster. You can apply there for disaster assistance. And also you can go to our DRC. We have a DRC open right now. That DRC will open until Saturday, July the 1st. And we'll close that same day, Saturday, July 1st at 7 p.m. That Disaster Recovery Center is in Templeton Community Service District Community Center, 601 Main Street. We are open there. FEMA is there. We, Small Business Administration Disaster Assistance Office, we are there as well. So if you need anything, if you have any question, you can call us. You can go there. You can request assistance through our secure webpage. I invite you just to apply if you need the assistance. There's no obligation to you to request the assistance or to receive it if you apply and you don't want it. You can apply for the assistance and to see what SBA offered to you. Okay? If you like what SBA offered to you, you can accept the loan. If you don't like it, you can just decline the offer, and that's it. That doesn't affect your credit history. That doesn't affect your ability to request disaster assistance in other time. We just wanted you to know that we are here to help, and we are another disaster assistance available for you in case you need it. So if you have any question, please visit us at one of our DRC, Disaster Recovery Center, or visit us in our webpage or call us if you need us. So thank you so much. My name is Marielli Carty from Small Business Administration Disaster Assistance Office. My pleasure is to serve you. Thank you very much.